Is that working? Yay! It's a lot better than the last one. Okay, good. I think I fixed the camera compared to poor Pisces. Got a bit of it chopped. Oops. Okay, I'm just going to get straight into it, Aries, because I do have 2 more to film after this. So we're doing a rest of February predictions reading for you. Oh, I just got so excited to see you. That's crazy. Anyway, maybe I know some of you, or maybe you've been here for a while. We're doing a rest of February predictions reading. I'm going to be pulling cards from the Tea Leaf Oracle deck first, just to get some themes of what you can expect for the rest of February. It is a short month, so I'm filming this on the 10th of February. We've only got 18 days left of this month. Let's see what comes through. After the tea leaf cards, I'll clarify with tarot. If we have time, we'll have a look at love specifically. Spirit, what is happening for Aries in the month of February, for the rest of the month of February? What is happening for Aries for the rest of the month of February? Oh, wow. Let's take her. That's crazy that you got that too. What the heck? You got the Peacock card just like Pisces. Very wild. So there could be a Aries Pisces cusp going on. That's why I chose to do it this way, just in case there are like cusp signs. The first card that's come out for you is Elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. We also have Forest, muddled, unclear thinking. Dagger came out, fears, worries, tense situation. And you had Peacock, beware of great pride, come out with broken wishbone, wish will not be granted. So let's break it down. These are some pretty strong themes. And it's really important that February is a month where you're being kind to yourself. You're taking on a lot. And we saw that in January's reading. You guys, whether you're a sun, moon, rising, Venus, anything in between, Aries, you're taking life very seriously. And January's been a big month. February was a big month. The last 2 weeks are kind of catching up to you. It's like with Mars coming out of retrograde, you're able to see the collateral of some of your choices. And this isn't happening in a way where you didn't kind of see it coming, if that makes sense. There are a lot of things catching up to you. These are themes that have been playing out in the background, but because you were so busy, because you'd been powering through and really trying to commit to your process, you didn't have the ability to deal with this stuff. So I don't know where to start. I kind of just want to pull tarot to clarify, but let's see what Spirit thinks. Spirit, where do we start with Aries? There's so much to talk about here. Okay, Spirit wants me to start in the middle with this dagger energy. Fears, worries, and tense situations. This dagger's in the middle of your reading. I feel like not all of it is real. I'm sorry to invalidate your experience, but I just want to say you may be spiraling for the rest of February. And as your reader, stepping back and looking in, it feels like these are worst case scenarios spiraling in your mind. I actually think that you've had a very successful start to the year. I think that you've done a lot and you have a lot to be proud of. And I think that what's happening in the rest of February is maybe a little bit of an ego check, trying to make sure that you're not taking on too much and measuring success incorrectly. It's really important that with broken wishbone and Peacock here, you reevaluate why you're doing all of this. What is all of this for? Is there a situation in which you need to maybe reevaluate your mindset or your stance? Because there's something here about you taking on those ram qualities of being a bit stubborn. And I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I do think that you'll feel better if you just take a step back and breathe before you react. I think that there's a situation in which you feel like you have to be the bigger person and you're over it. And I empathize with that. But I also think you're not thinking clearly for this card to come out. This card hardly ever comes out. When it's only come out, it's when I've read for myself and loved ones. And it's come out to really call us out to say, hey, there are two sides to every story. What you're going through is valid in terms of your feelings, but the reality is different depending on who looks at it in terms of the situation you're experiencing. So in the next 2 weeks, I strongly encourage you to just take a step back, take some breaths, don't do anything you're going to regret, speaking from my own experience and the experience of loved ones. The overarching theme is this elephant energy. Even though these other cards have very strong themes and strong sort of presences in your reading, this elephant card is what I feel is your anchor in your reading, and it's going to be the anchor to your sanity. For some reason, the next 2 weeks, you have a push and pull with those around you. There seems to be tension, there seems to be challenges, and you seem to be feeling like you're having to be the bigger person as well as do all of these energetically draining things. And I think with this elephant card, Spirit is reminding you that life is a journey, not a destination. This elephant says a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. You don't have to rush the process. You don't have to rush the results. You don't have to rush the outcomes, rush the lesson in some cases. February is the month to really just take that step back and look at it all, because this is teaching you something about yourself, but also about other people. And it's trying to remind you to be very careful about the collateral of your actions and the collateral of the choices that you're making and how you're measuring success, as well as where you're feeding all your energy into. It seems to be catching up to you. So let's get the tarot out, shall we? Let's start clarifying what all of this means in context. Because I think I'm going to do it. I wasn't going to, but I need to. Spirit, who pissed Aries off? Who pissed Aries off? What is this energy? Oh my God, a family member. The Six of Cups reversed. It's someone that you actually really had a lot of love for. You've either known this person since childhood or you knew them at a more innocent time in your life. This could even be an ex-lover, but the Six of Cups to me is like family. It's like a sibling. It's someone that you've known since you were very young, someone that you felt a soulmate connection with. So what is going on? Why is Aries in this energy for the rest of February? Because you feel helpless and hopeless. You're trying to not be the victim. You're trying to fight your way out of a situation. You're trying to feel like you have options. You don't want to feel like you're somebody's non-player character or NPC. You want to be the main character again. You don't want to just wait for somebody else to do everything for you. You don't want to feel like somebody else is calling the shots in your life. Knight of Pentacles reversed. You're sick of waiting for things to happen. You feel like you've put off a lot of different things and you're trying to channel your energy into the things you can control, but it also feels like you're forcing things to happen. You're in this energy because there's a lot out of your control when it comes to other people's plans, and it doesn't feel comfortable for you. You don't like to feel like somebody else can just wake up one morning, make a decision, and it shatters your whole plan. So you guys are also holding yourself to impossible standards with the Knight of Pentacles reversed. You find it easier to hyperfixate on yourself and to be self-critical than to try to change the environment around you. But it is making you extra judgmental towards other people because you're holding yourself to a high standard. You're finding it impossible to see people as being helpful parts of your life. You feel like it's easier if you do it yourself. So you're in a hyper-independent energy where others will only make mistakes rather than contribute towards your tasks. What is the key solution to this energy, Spirit, for Aries? What is the key solution? The Hermit card. So the thing is, I do believe that there are some misunderstandings. I don't believe that everything is wrong. You know, I think that that would be rudely invalidating towards what you've been through, Aries. You're not making this up in your head. You have every right to feel the way that you feel. But with the Hermit card here, it's the same energy as the Elephant. Spirit is saying this journey is trying to make you wiser. It's trying to help you understand that there's a bigger lesson, or there's a bigger reason happening. Like, this is bigger than the challenges, and it wants you to focus on the overall picture. It feels like the Hermit card is about you taking time out where you need to, and also drawing upon your wisdom to react appropriately. The Hermit card reminds us that this is a self journey, regardless of what anyone else says, including myself. You're the one who's lived your life, Aries. You're the one who's been through the things you've been through. You've healed from the things you've healed from, and you've been triggered the way you've been triggered. Only you can really react appropriately. So you're being called to do just that. React appropriately with the wisdom and the experiences that you have. And just make sure that you're giving yourself enough space between the initial reaction as well as what it is that you should do, if that makes sense. Don't just react when you're angry. Give yourself time to cool off is what I would say, because this is a patient reaction. This isn't an impulsive, I'm angry and I'm pissed and I want to say something now. So just give yourself some time to cool down first, and be able to react with wisdom. You are being called to communicate though. This Hermit card is Mercury energy, and the back of the deck was the Two of Cups. So before the end of February, you're being called to communicate your feelings, communicate everything that has been sitting in your chest, but do it in a logical way. Do it in an objective way, and make sure you're being honest about how you feel. Don't change that language. Your feelings are very different to maybe the objective, but communicate how you feel with the objective in mind, and think about what you want moving forward, because this card is about opening up in order to find a way to move forward in whatever relationship is strained. And it highlights the importance of this heart-to-heart conversation so that both people involved, or whoever is involved, maybe it's more than two people, it's so that everyone involved can come to some sort of agreement on how to move forward. It could mean compromising, but it doesn't work if we're not all being honest about how we feel. So I do see this relationship having the chance to repair. You have to be honest, and you have to think about what you need. You have to communicate logically with this idea of focusing on the objective and being able to take care of your needs along the way. It's a very mature reaction, and I think it's been a while in the making. If all these cards came out, this is being encouraged to happen before the end of February, but honestly, don't rush it, because the main idea behind this conversation is we're doing it once we feel more grounded. We're not doing it when we feel like our, anger's at an all-time high, or when we're extremely triggered. We're doing it when we feel grounded, when we have a plan in our head and we know what we want to say. So where to from here, Spirit? Oh my gosh. Is there anything else they need to know before I have a look at love? Is there anything else Aries needs to know about the rest of February? Let's have a look at what you aren't seeing clearly, just to clarify. What is Aries not seeing clearly, Spirit? What is this muddled, unclear thinking energy about? The Hierophant. Interesting. And the Lover's card. You're not seeing their perspective clearly. Whoever else is involved in this. The back of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune, which tells me that you're not seeing the why clearly. You may be assuming that this person is being very selfish and that they're doing things to intentionally hurt you, and that they are trying to do whatever they can to make themselves look better, as well as you may feel like this person has a connection to you that is fated in a way. I'm not discrediting any of that, but it's more than that. There's more happening than what you are seeing. And in this situation, you only have one side of the story with the Lovers card reversed. The truth of the situation is that you're dealing with someone who has a lot of moving parts in their life. And with the Hierophant upright, they are trying to honor all those aspects of their life. They're trying to be respectful towards all the pillars in their life, and they're not acting alone. They're getting advice from people they respect. They're getting support from people they love. And they're also doing things with the idea of some sort of overall structure that they're building in their life. So it's like they're not thinking of themselves. They're thinking of everyone in their life, everything that they care about, all the moving parts and all the intricate relationships they have, which in turn has caused you hurt. And I don't think they realize the full extent of that. Whoever you're dealing with has compartmentalized their relationship with you, and they haven't got the full scope of how much it has impacted you, just as you don't have the full scope of how much is going on in their life. With the Wheel of Fortune at the back of the deck, I believe that this is a relationship that has some sort of developing purpose, like you two are guiding each other towards something. And the Wheel of Fortune is saying if you can stay focused on that, like you're going to gain more from each other. If you can stay focused on the bigger picture and the overall objective, you can gain more from this experience with each other. You could be dealing with someone that likes to operate in very traditional ways, that likes to do things by the book and tick all the boxes and make sure that they're, going through with their material goals and tasks, where you may prefer a little bit more of a different structure, or you may prefer no structure at all. But it feels like you're kind of dealing with someone who operates and thinks differently to you. So that's where there's also misunderstandings and tensions. So let's have a look at your love life now. If that was your love life, this is a bonus message for you. If that wasn't your love life, let's have a look at what's happening. What is happening for Aries in their love life, Spirit, for the rest of February? What is happening for Aries in their love life? Okay, we'll take you. What is happening for Aries in the rest of February? Justice reversed. You got the Queen of Wands upright, Justice reversed. Gosh, so many cards. Okay, we will take you. King of Cups, Ace of Swords. And the Tower reversed at the back of the deck. Your love life still has collateral from a previous circumstance. Someone from your past who caused a lot of chaos could be could have popped up again recently. When the Tower's reversed, sorry, I have an eye allergy, so this eye always leaks. When the Tower is reversed, it makes me think that we still have unresolved collateral from a challenging event in our love life, and we haven't really been able to tidy it up, so it's now bleeding into new aspects of our love life. We're experiencing old triggers in new situations. Your love life has some chaos to it, and it could be impacted by what else is going on in your life. There's not really much stability here. It feels dysfunctional and disordered with the Tower reversed. Overall, you may be feeling a new type of way towards somebody, because I'm seeing the Ace of Swords and the King of Cups as strong feelings with a new idea. So there's an interesting energy here of you having a primary love interest or somebody who's very interested in you, but you're kind of just focusing on your own light. You're trying to attract something very specific with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, and you don't want to get stuck in a situation. So you have this feeling of no strings attached, because I know what I'm worth, and I'm also doing better by myself right now. And so it feels like you're kind of dodging somebody's interest in you more than anything. It feels like somebody else is really peering into your life, and you're more interested in the idea of someone else. Even though you have this person present, practical, like showing up, you're more interested in the idea of someone else. Whether this someone else is in your life now, or whether this is someone you are manifesting with the Queen of Wands. Now, I do think for those who are in relationships, you're still more focused on yourself right now. You're focused on feeling like the best version of yourself, and you're focused on making sure that your external reflects your internal. You're trying to do things that make you feel good on the outside as well as the inside. You are being very critical on yourself, and it's also reflected in your love life. I have a feeling whoever's dealing with you in love, they're struggling a little bit. They kind of feel like they don't have your attention, or they don't have your full attention. They also feel like they can't quite meet your standards. They feel like no matter what they do, they're not quite seen by you, or they're not quite meeting, like ticking all your boxes. And it could just be that they feel like you're more focused on yourself rather than them. Your partnership with someone doesn't feel like a partnership. If you're in a relationship, or if you are dating someone, it feels more like an imbalanced situation. And look, you could be dealing with someone who has strong feelings for you, but you're just not feeling either the same way, or you're not feeling as drawn towards them as they are towards you. Can we clarify why the Tower is here reversed? Yeah, I think the hardest thing about this is you guys are in a transformative energy where you're honestly just trying to make things happen. And if someone can't keep up with you, you're like, that's okay, I'll just find someone new. Like, and I'm sorry if I'm like, if this doesn't resonate, check your Venus sign for their love reading. But you're being shown 3 aces now. We had the Ace of Swords, now we have the Ace of Cups, and we have the Ace of Wands. And these aces are very like the Ace of Cups is a crush. The Ace of Wands is a lustful attraction. The Ace of Swords is a fleeting idea, right? These are very like quick energies. They come on impulsively, and they can feel strong at the time, but they can also disappear quite quickly compared to like an Ace of Pentacles that would be more consistent and stable. So these feelings are very strong, impulsive, and fleeting. It could be that you have a lot of people showing interest in you, but I also feel like when it comes to your love life, the reason why we have this chaos, this disruptiveness, and almost just the feeling of everything kind of still being up in the air is because of this 5 of Wands. It's a win or lose situation. Your life in general is going through a lot of change. And so you don't want to feel too settled in anything if it's just going to change. And that could be where someone is kind of caught in the crossfires a little bit, because even though you may have developed feelings for each other, you've been through things, and this disruption has you feeling like nothing is permanent right now. Your life is changing, and that's impacting all areas of your life, including your romantic relationships. And so your mind is at, well, either this change is going to make or break us. No matter how long I've known you, you either change with me or we're changing to grow apart. And so that's where you seem to stand in this energy. And you seem to be very open to the idea that the best possible outcome is going to find you with the Queen of Wands. There's an energy here of detachment as well as manifestation. You're not holding on to anyone. You're not forcing anything to happen. You're just going, if it's meant to happen, it's going to happen. And I don't think that's what a love interest wants. They almost want you to see them, to focus on them, and to kind of see them as high value. But with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, they're not meeting your expectations. You have this idea of what you want, and it's the King of Cups. So unless somebody is able to give you the King of Cups, you're not focusing on them. I hope that makes sense. That is what I'm seeing for you, Aries. I'm going to end your rest of February's prediction. Rest of February? Yeah, I added an S there. Rest of February predictions reading here. And I'm going to start Taurus fairly soon. As we're parting ways, I just want to thank you for letting me read for you, Aries. Thank you for tuning in, whether you watched live or whether you're watching after it uploads. I appreciate you for exchanging energy and supporting me and what I do here. I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Until we cross paths, bye.